welcome back to our essay box. So for today's video, I have compiled all of your questions that you have commented on my blogs, and then I have consulted Miss Katie Phan from Excel Education. So I would like to introduce to you Miss Katie Phan from Excel Education.
Hi everyone, my name is Katie Phan. I'm a Senior Education Agent working here at Excel Education Australia.
And I would like to thank Miss Katie Phan for allowing us to ask all of our questions with regards to student visa application during this time. So let's start with the first question. Is it okay to process a student visa at this time?
It's actually business as usual, even for onshore and offshore students. Onshore student, you have the advantage of being in Australia. Offshore student, you probably have to wait for a bit of time to get your student visa. So, for offshore students, a lot of the colleges and universities have the option to study online. And studying online is actually a great way to show your genuine intention and commitment to study in Australia, which actually will increase your chance of getting a student visa.
Next one is, how long does student visa application take?
How long does the student visa application take? Now, let's just focus on the processing time for now. It really depends on whether you are onshore or offshore. But as I said, it's business as usual, so it depends on how well you prepare your application. If you have a complete set of documents, when the case officer reviews your files, you've got your medicals, you've got a complete set of application, then the chance of getting a visa sooner is very likely. It also, at the moment, you're looking at 1 month to 4 month turnaround time. But we've got students getting student visa within 1 month, and we've got some, because of the medical, the delays in the health check, it does get extended quite a bit, but it's not because of the immigration processing time. It's more so they had to wait for the medical result to come back.
When do you think the border is opening?
It's actually a hard question, and I don't think anyone can give you a concrete date of when the border will be opening. What we can say is, though, the government is trying to implement a safe procedure so that international students can come back in a safe manner. Having said that, there have been signs of the border opening to countries with low impact COVID, such as Singapore. You've heard of the travel bubble, such as Vietnam. So we are expecting positive news from the Immigration and the Department of Education.
Do we need to show money?
Showing money is a short way of saying, do you need to submit financial capacity proof? I guess at the end of the day, the government is trying to establish that you do have the capacity to pay for your tuition fee, your living expenses, so that you can have a comfortable life in Australia. Now, it really depends on your country of passport and the college or the university that you choose. So for example, Philippines is a level 2 country. So if you choose a university of level 1, such as the University of Melbourne, and a level 2 or a level 2 college, then you don't have to show money. But it really depends on the choice of, like what your education agent advised you, and etc. Now, if you happen to choose a level 3 college because, course availability and it's a really good college, then showing money is mandatory. You have to have bank statement, etc. in order to get the visa grant.
Next one is, what are the courses that has pathway to permanent residency?
Alright, so the courses that has really good pathway, first of all, healthcare is always on the top of the list. Pre-COVID, Australia is always in need of nurses anyways, and now post-COVID, we were still thinking that the healthcare industry will grow significantly. So registered nurse will be a pretty good pathway. So any 3 years Bachelor of Nursing program would qualify you for this pathway. If you're a graduate of an existing bachelor program, if you're an enrolled nurse, or if you have any background, you can always seek the faster pathway, which is a 2 years graduate entry program for nurses. The next sort of pathway sitting in line with the healthcare industry is the social work stream. It will be a 4-year bachelor program in social work. It's a bit longer, but it's also a very good pathway. Now, if you're a bachelor graduate, then you can enroll in a master social work program. Having said that, then it does require you to have background in social sciences. So if you're a bachelor of science and business administration, you would need to do a qualifying program lasting from about 4 months to a year, depending on the university offering the program. But it worked out to be probably a bit faster than a Bachelor of Social Work program from 2.5 to 3 years. Now, the next stream would be engineering. Our industries are recovering and expected to grow because of the growth in population. Engineers are actually really required, ranging from anything from civil engineers to mechanical, etc. Now, if you're on a budget, you can seek for a trade program, at vet colleges. The 3 pretty good pathway are automotive, so fixing cars, electrician, if you're a qualified electrician, you do earn a lot of money with the trades occupation as well. Chef and cook will be the last sort of trades program that would be beneficial for your pathway, but it does come with a bit of competition. Having said that, it's cheaper compared to automotive and electrician courses.
Next one is, they're also asking, is there any age limit to be an international student?
So, I don't think there's any policy or guidelines saying there's an age limit for a student to be an international student in Australia. Having said that, it has to make sense to the case officer. It doesn't make sense for an established person in their 50s to be coming back to universities, doing a bachelor program. It adds no economic values to their career, to their existing economic position. So it's quite unlikely that that person will get a student visa. Now, in terms of permanent residency, I think the information is quite publicly available. There's actually an age cap of 45. So for more information, you can actually go online, and 45 would be the age cap for most visa categories.
And the last question is, if they would like to take a course different to their current job and would like to start from Certificate 3, would it be alright with immigration?
I always tell my students to put themselves in the case officer position and think, does this application make sense? Because, and it's really a case-by-case basis. If the student want to do a course that's so different from their career, is there any underlying reason? If they are an accountant and they want to study cookery, is there an underlying reason, like they're sick of their office job, they have a passion for cooking? Things like that count as well. It doesn't have to be inherent in your career plan or anything. It can be your passion from childhood, but it has to be relevant to your circumstances. Now looking at the level, it really depends on what course you are seeking. If it is a trade course, it makes sense. A trade course has to be done from a certificate level. Even if you want to do at a higher level, sometimes without a background you can't do it anyway. But it is, as I said, again, a case-by-case thing. So you would need a qualified education agent to give you proper and good advice for that. I can't speak in general terms. Alright, so the above are our responses for general advice for student visa only. And please do remember that everyone is different from another. All applications are different. So if you do need detailed advice for your case, just feel free to contact us to make an appointment, either via Zoom online or over the phone or in person. Just feel free to contact us anytime. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Miss Katie Phan, for answering all our questions. It's very helpful and very informative. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions or anything that you would like to ask about your application or student visa application here in Australia, please contact Miss Katie Phan from Excel Education. Thank you. Bye.